Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today I have a 2023 Lexus RX. There's a lot of new changes this year, a lot of change underneath the hood, a lot of change in the exterior, just a lot of stuff to talk about. In this video, I'll go ahead and show you the Grecian Water Blue version I have of this. It's Grecian Water, it looks blue to me. I don't know why they call it Grecian Water. Whatever. We're gonna look at this one. We'll look at some other ones in this video as well, give you some drive impressions and kind of talk to you about what you're gonna look for, the new 2023 Lexus RX. Let's get started on all of that right now. Okay, like I said, this is Grecian Water, and we can tell some changes to this. You can see a little bit not as tall. We have a little bit longer wheelbase, 2.3 inches wheelbase. Move those tires back, give us a better driving experience, but they cut the overhang by 2.3 inches. So conveniently, it's the same length, just shorter, and the wheels are out farther. That's basically what you have to know. Now this is an F Sport, so I get the badge, but I also can tell by what I call the beak. This is the front hood area. So this is the grille. So you can see those differences there. A little bit different styling there as well as we come around this sides. We're gonna see some differences in trim levels. You have these all blacked out, or you have some chrome. This has got some chrome on it. They also do have a more muted chrome on this as well. So some choices there as far as different interior or exterior styling. Come around the back, everything's about the same. The back light looks a bit different. It's more of a full piece. And then there's our RX 350 all-wheel drive badging. The towing kit is separate. Now that's an accessory. If you don't have that, there's a kick place here, so you could kick your foot. It'll open the back hatch, or you have the tow hook set up. They're still checking overall towing capacity, but as of this video, as of this time, I think they're going to put about 4,500 pounds as far as max towing capacity. Big change here is not only is Lexus spelled out, but boom. This opens a lot faster than used to. It's about 3 seconds to open and close this. And you have this come standard, and we do have a full-size spare in there. Imagine that, full spare. Crazy. Some days, some of these companies these days are just using like air, so the spray and stuff, the lube stuff, instead of offering a real spare tire. All right, so inside, let's start with the second row first. A few things to notice is this door handle doesn't move. Instead, you put your hand through, and you can kind of feel, it's like a haptic, what they call it, which is your finger response. You can feel that response when you pull the lever. It unlocks the doors, and inside, you have two ways to get out. You can just press this and it'll get you out, or you can pull this twice. What that'll do, that overrides a system they have built in place. It's part of the Lexus 3.0 safety system. Anyways, pedestrian detection and bicycles. So the idea is you're sitting in there and you go to get out of your car, bicycle comes along, you take the guy out, removing your door, or with this system, it won't let you open the door when the bicycle's there. Now, this is the override. Pull this twice. Inside we have some USBs. I have some vents there. So second row passengers get some vents. We do have some child safety seats in the back. And then this has got the panoramic moonroof too. So pretty nice as far as, I'm gonna say, headroom. Yeah. There we go. So there's my headroom space. I'm kind of at the top. I still fit all right. I'm 5'7". I'm gonna say if you're much taller, you may have a bit of an issue. You may have to kick your legs out. Depends on your torso. If you have a tall torso, long legs, or if you have, well, that'd be kind of bizarre. If you have a long torso, short legs, you have, short torso, long legs, depending on your sit back here. Seats are pretty damn comfortable though. That's gonna tell you that much. Seats are awesome. All right, so we'll come around the front. Is that what you want? No? So same idea. Hop in. You can see the same levers there. This one's got the Mark Levinson sound system, which you can get as I'm going to press my start stop up here, which is kind of an awkward spot, but we'll get more to that. So we'll turn it up. Now this is, let me say this correctly, this is a pre-prototype version. So there may be some things that are not quite accurate. Some of the trim level may be not quite right. It's pre-production, so what you're going to see at your dealership may not exactly be the same, but we've cut pretty darn close. So I have some seat buttons here, fuel door, trunk door there, seat buttons there, because you really don't have much room here, and so it's nice they moved them over there. I do have the mirror controls there, some vents. I do have a heads-up display in this unit. We can kind of make it out. It's an available heads-up display. So there's a system malfunction, but it's pre-production. Don't worry about the fuel economy. That number always gets cranky because all of us journalists drive like crazy. This is the this is your display. This will track your eyes for traffic jam assist. It'll also track your eyes to make sure you're paying attention. It is not Lexus Teammate. It doesn't self-drive itself. It is just, it's for your eyes, so it's gonna look at me and get mad at me. Interesting here is when you set the cruise, you can kind of, oh, I can't do it on screen, but you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see the heads-up display. We'll try to get video of that, but it's a really funky button. You see it a heads-up display, and I'll see if I can't find a vehicle to show you there a little bit differently. The new Lexus interface entertainment system, I have a lot of videos on this as far as on this channel, and it's just different settings. You go around, you can add different settings, you can add different, customize the vehicle. There's a variety of things you can do when you go through vehicle customize, heads-up display, illumination, door control, all kinds of different things. The biggest keys to this system you have to know is there's no home button, there's no tune button, there is a volume button here, and you do have to set up either use a guest user profile, or you need to set up your own driver profile. It'll adjust the seats and things. It is actually pretty convenient when you do the driver profile settings. You have to have your cell phone, you have to be able to log into a system. It takes a lot of hoops to jump through. Once you get set up, it can be somewhat useful if you're gonna be wanting to change the lights and change the doors depending on different users, because it actually ties to your key fob. So if you and your significant other, your spouse, are driving this vehicle, it does help with that. But I haven't had good luck with it. So you can find more videos on this channel. It's a work in progress. Okay, so moving along, as you can see, pre-production prototype vehicle. There are some changes maybe happening. We have the digital rearview mirror here. That's an option as well. If you haven't seen that, but it takes the camera off the chisel and shows you behind you, which behind me is a whole lot of nothing. We have the air vents there. We have do some styling here, some nice chrome, and then we have the shift. We have different modes here. Excuse me, that's all-terrain, parking, downhill assist, auto start, stop, off, important button, hold for city traffic. Actually hold, you can just use your gas foot on the throttle to move forward a little bit in heavy traffic. Then they have the shifter. The shifter is from a Prius basically, and I did not know how to shift it. I'm serious. I had no idea how to shift that, and so yeah, I had to figure out how it worked, and so yeah, it's from a Prius. It's interesting. One of the things I forgot to talk about over here was this opens and closes, and underneath is a storage bin plus a cell phone charger. I got my cell phone out. I was like, there it goes. It goes in there, it starts charging right away. It's Qi wireless charging in there. And then I wanted to look at the center console real fast. I didn't notice that one, but yeah, there's your center console, there's your room. And then I believe this opens both sides. Yep. So kind of unique thing. And then it opens both sides. Anybody can get in. Yeah. It's kind of fancy. All right, real quick, I want to add a couple things to this video. This is the premium trim. So there is the base, or their standard trim, they're calling it, premium plus. This is premium trim. So this is the new Lux. It is a plastic leather material. Yeah. I don't know, it's not bad. It's not as awful as the Plex leather used to be, the fake leather, the pleather. This is pretty nice, pretty comfortable. Nice seats, good comfort. I actually kind of prefer this seat, I think, to the higher trims, because the bottom of the seat cushion actually comes up a little bit in my thighs, and this one I get a little bit wider and I can sit a little bit better. I'm not so, in like the 500H, I'm a little bit tighter with the seat cushion. So definitely if you're conscious about your seat and your derriere, your rear, make sure you sit in a couple different varieties if you can, if they're on dealerships lots, because the seats do change different trim levels. Like I think this one, as far as, again, for me, for everyday driving and stuff, I think I would go the 350. I wouldn't have to go to the H, although the fuel economy is a little bit better, and I wouldn't need the 500H unless I really, I felt like spending the money, because that thing's cool. Okay, so there's the interior details, and it's interesting. I'm gonna show you something on the screen here. You may have noticed in the video, but see those flashing lights? Those are the ones reading my eyeballs. So if you can't see your eyeballs, it's gonna squawk at you. And they're still working on different varieties of sunglasses. It doesn't work with all different sunglasses quite yet, but it's something we're working on. So that's gonna come down the pipeline at some point. Let's go ahead and go for a drive and tell you my driving impressions, because that's what you want to know, right? Yeah. How was the drive? How was the drive, Tim? How? Okay, so how does it drive? Well, first I gotta put it in gear. Fun fact, I don't drive many Priuses, so I don't know how to put this thing in gear. That took me a while to figure out, and I still don't think I have it quite right, but oh well. So, we're in California. There's people walking chihuahuas all over the place. We're gonna avoid those people and not cause any accidents. Boom, boom. Okay, so I have driven every generation of this Lexus going back to, I think, 2013, 2014, and it's one of my favorite vehicles. They control the segment, and there's a reason why they control the segment. It is just really well done. Oh, I always hate those spikes. Yeah, those spikes that you're not supposed to enter. I always feel like I'm gonna break it, pop a tire. Anywho, off the line speed, and this one is pretty decent. I believe it's under 7 seconds, 0 to 60. When you get up to the 500H, you get under 6 seconds, I believe, is what I recall. My video editor will be sure to correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, handling, it handles pretty well. I did do some turning. I'll show you some better turning. That was just me screwing around. But overall, I've been driving it most of the day, and it handles pretty well. It's pretty quiet inside the cabin. I don't really hear anything. Pretty quiet. And it's got all those cool, the same Lexus dynamics that you've expected in years past. It's comfortable. The seats are comfortable. The steering position is awesome. You have a really good cockpit feel in this seat, so I can see everything. Good visibility. Big fan of that. Easy to see all the windows. This vehicle with its different way adjustable seats, I believe the highest trim comes in 10-way, other varieties come in 8-way. You can set this vehicle up to fit a variety of body types and sizes, and yeah, it's smooth, it's more powerful now, it's a little bit quieter now, and the suspension, if you do get the higher trim levels with like 500H, that kind of thing, you get some adaptable variable suspension as well, and so you can dial it in a little bit better for your drive modes. Speaking of drive modes, we have this typical Eco, Normal, and Sport, and I think there's a Sport Plus. I have to actually click the button over here to find it though, so they actually put it in the menu system here, which I think I can show you on the screen real fast, because I can take and embed my phone and go like this. And then there's your drive modes. Again, the screen's not flashing. You gotta go vehicle, then drive mode to turn them on. Seems a little counterintuitive, but there you go. And see, there's a pop of the RXs. There's one in California waiting for me to turn. Okay, there we go. Now we got over the stop light and we're on the road again. This is 275 horsepower, 6,000 RPMs, max torque 317 horsepower, between 1,700 and 3,600 RPMs. All that means is it's got pretty good amount of torque at a lower RPM, which allows you to get offline a bit better, and then it's got more horsepower at the high end, so you're gonna go feel that much quicker when you're passing and driving down the road, all kind of stuff. So overall, I think it's a pretty good generational change. I think that they've kind of nailed the new styling these days. I know people are going to find it very polarizing, but I believe today, if you're not polarizing, you're going to get left behind. And so I think you can see a lot of these on the road. They have a new copper crest color, which we'll put on the screen. It's a very interesting color, and I think it really speaks to the customer trying to find. So the marketing spent a lot of time talking about this, in that the average consumer of a Lexus RX right now is in their late to mid 60s, and they're hoping to get down in the 40 and 50-year-old range, and so they're trying to offer a little bit more styling that's I guess, again, polarizing. Some colors that are polarizing, and then they're trying to get that 500H, you know, that lots of performance in that customer's mind. So really, you know, you're looking for like an empty nester. You're looking for somebody who's got maybe 1 or 2 kids at best, who's gonna want that luxury kind of ride, but they want to sit up a little higher in an SUV, and they want one of the better SUVs in the marketplace. And this is it. This competes with the BMW X5, some Audis and things, and I've always thought it's pretty darn good, so no concerns there. The only other concerns we've had so far is we've had a little bit of issues with this driver monitor system. It seems like if you look away a little bit or you're trying to do something, it really gets really overly active. I expect them to fix that in a software fix. No issues there. I did do some video, and I'll put it on the screen, of the base model. Now that one comes in the 19-inch wheels, and you can see a little bit differences as far as that 9.8-inch screen. You can see that little bit smaller screen when you get to the interior. I'm not sure at what pace I'm talking here to show you the different images, but I wanted to show you that vehicle as well. It's got a couple different accessories in that vehicle, which I point out. There's the side body moldings, and then there is the roof racks on the top, and on the back it has that trailer. But then we'll get inside, and when we get inside, you'll see the interior layout's about the same, with the big change of the size of the screen. And really, it's just the same, the same overall size and design as far as the way the interior looks. It's just the digital size of that screen is smaller. It's kind of unique. It's kind of interesting. I thought that it'd be an overall smaller shape, but it doesn't seem to be. It's just a little different, smaller there. So overall, you know, you're looking at, like I said, one of the best-selling vehicles. Has got not much better. Yes, they dropped the V6, but they did add a lot more performance, a little bit faster offline, better 0 to 60, and I'm waiting to see the emissions numbers. But if it was like the Toyota Tundra, they probably dropped 30 to 40% overall emissions by making that change. That's just the way the industry is going throughout all the lineup of every automaker. But yeah, there's my thoughts on this 2023 Lexus RX. I think I nailed everything I want to talk about. So for more, check the videos over here, website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.